What's up, guys? TheDevildogGamer here, and we're back with some Escape from Tarkov. I get asked this all the time, what I think about 0.12, whether streaming, or on YouTube, and I decided, you know what, I've had some time to think about it. I've been gone for a couple of days, and I've actually been thinking about Tarkov a lot while gone, which is surprising. And I had a lot of time to think about it, saw some changes they made when I came back, and decided, you know what, let's talk a bit about the things I like and I don't like, and what I'd like to see progress in there. But by the way, if you didn't see, I was in Georgia at this big, YouTuber and content creator and manufacturer gun event. Super awesome. We have tons of gun content coming. Hung out with a bunch of people like fucking Iraq veteran, fucking Military Arms Channel, Coleon War, everybody. Had a blast. Tons of gun stuff coming, so if you want to see before the videos, follow me on Instagram or Twitter, down in the description below. I'll show you pictures of the stuff I'm working on, the guns I'm building and stuff. And then, of course, we'll be having stuff on YouTube and Twitch here very shortly. But anyways, boys. So, 0.12. Now, when it first hit, I'm going to talk a bit about my 1 through 15 progression. Actually, I'm just going to start out with just right off the thing I hate the most about this update is the scavs. The scavs are OP as fuck. The raiders and the bosses are even more OP. There's one tap you from across the map through all kinds of stuff. This is like a normal thing, though, with the patches. They always kind of like revert back to their OP selves when the patches are released. And then they kind of dumb them down again and get them kind of to where they really need to be. And then another patch comes around and fucks it all up. It's kind of how it normally is, but right now I die more to scavs, and I, don't even see PMCs half the time anymore because like everybody's dead to fucking scavs. That's my number one complaint. But when we first started this, the new updates are always a grind hell. The quests are annoying. You go and once you've done them, they're not fun to do much anymore. Now with the addition of Hideout, it became an extra set of grinding that you had to do, and I thought this was like, I was kind of excited for the Hideout, but after seeing like how much you have to grind for it, I was like really turned off by it, especially because the low level and, the amount of money needed with Hideout, the amount of money needed with getting quests done and everything is so damn high that you're losing it left and right. And back now you have the scav timer, so you don't have a scav to revert back to be like, all right, well, I ran out of money. Let me just go do scav runs until I'm back up to where I need to be and then go do some PMC runs. It wasn't like that. Now, believe it or not, hatchet running is even more viable because all that piddly little shit that you would run by as a hatchling before to get the good shit is actually worth a lot of money and needed for the hideouts. So I was like, man, this is kind of like 10 steps backwards all of a sudden. Like now it's encouraged to hatchet run. You gotta wait for your scav. It's very, when you first see it, it's very anti, the weekly gamers kind of thing. Like if you're just a weekly person or you touch Escape from Tarkov every few days, you're gonna fucking hate everything about these quests and the hideout and the scavs. I really think it's a big turnoff for that. The hardcore people, the people that are gonna do it, it's one of those things you'll get by it. But it was a big turnoff. I didn't like it. And not only that, once you started actually going up and getting the hideout unlocked, the things that you got for it weren't that great. Now, granted, that's changed. They're adding more things that you can make more stuff. Things are being better. Like, the workbench actually looks like it's going to be worth a damn at this point. But that 1 through 15 grind was so fucking horrendous. It was even worse than before. And what made it even more worse is knowing the fact that they're going to wipe it again, God knows how long, and you're going to have to do it all fucking over again. I understand the game needs endgame. I understand that it needs, they want it to be an MMO. It needs to have some sort of things to do, which the hideout is. And I don't think it's done, I don't think it's a bad idea. I think it turns off a lot of things. Like the scav timer is the biggest thing. For somebody who's just learning the game, or, new to the game, or even that, or just having a bad day, which everybody has a bad Tarkov day. The scav was always there to kind of keep you playing the game. It was always there to keep you in the shit, regardless, giving you dumb gear and stuff like that. But when the scav timer came back, and it was tied to this ridiculous hideout grind, it kind of punished those people who were not very good at the game or were having a bad day or were new to the game. It said basically, fuck you, go get all this shit done, and you're going to be able to fucking go do scav runs till your heart content. You know, and that kind of made me upset. Like, that was the big thing that I saw that was just, and it was the most blatant thing in Hideout that you saw, and it almost didn't seem like Hideout was worth it at that point. It was like, I have to do fucking 40 steps before I can even get this, or, you know, upgrade all these things before I can even touch my scav. Granted, once you start upgrading stuff, you don't really need it, especially now that hatchet running is actually better than it was before. There's better trades now, which is one thing that I think the game really needs. You need to be able to pick up piddly shit and, you know, and be able to trade it in for stuff that's actually good, like, and not actually have to, you know, worry about your cash flow. And that's the thing. You could do a hatchet. Now you can do a hatchet run and go and grab stuff and be able to upgrade your hideout and, you know, and be in and out. And then, you know, by the time you're done with 2 hatchet runs to upgrade a few things, your scav's back. So there's that now. But I think in the overall grand scheme of things, the hideout's definitely something that is going to be good. Like, once they get it sorted out, it's kind of had that little weird push on it right now to where it's in this weird area where you're not really sure what it's worth and what it is for it. But I think eventually it will turn into something pretty cool. The Jaeger quests are absolute AIDS. I mean, like, killing people, headshots, PMC headshots with tremors, come on now. There's never really been any creativity with the quests in Tarkov. And, I mean, if you remember last patch's quests, they were like, whoa. You know, the Mosin quests are always fucking terrible. And, you know, and that's one thing I'd like to see them get a little more creative with, but also, like, less AIDSy. The quest design needs a huge overhaul. There's some of them that are just like, come on, man, I don't even want to, like, I don't even go for the Kappa container because I don't even want to do some of these quests. Like, once I get up to a high enough level to where I unlock stuff, I stop with quests altogether. And that's the thing, like, I think for the wipes, they should almost just, instead of having the ability, you know, to unlock traders by by forcing you to do the quest, they should make the quest optional, so that way everybody gets to try the gear. If people don't want to do the quest over again that they've done like for 7-8 times now, or even more, they, you know, give them that option to not have to do it. Because there's a few quests that I would really not like to do, like leaving that stupid thing in fucking factory, or have to go pick it back up in customs again. That kind of stuff. I do have to say, with this patch, the new Unity engine, though, I am in the minority all of a sudden. My frames are even worse. I struggle to get past 30 FPS on most maps. Regardless of if I'm recording, streaming, or just me playing. My computer's fine. I'll get 200 FPS on tons of other games maxed out playing at 1440, but Tarkov is just... The Unity engine is not a great engine. We all know this. And I was really hoping for this new update to really get some stuff out there, but it seems like mid-tier, lower-tier rigs are the ones that are benefiting the most from it, while the random hyper-threading, you know, I've done the Project Lasso. I've done, like, every kind of fix you can think of. It ain't working. It is what it is. Tarkov just is a terribly optimized game because it uses Unity. I get why they use Unity, because it's something they're comfortable with, but it does it no favors. So that was that's my biggest takeaway right now with 0.12 is just the performance, the scavs, and just the 1 through 15 makes it very, very difficult, I think. Now, I haven't unlocked the armor, but now I hear you can't even buy, like, Gen 4 armor. It's all, like, trades and shit like that, which I think is a mistake. You need to have, like, this mid to high tier gear not locked behind certain things, because you don't want certain people to become... There are people that have got this game figured out, like Bastilli. He will figure this game out in 40 hours and have a monopoly on all kinds of things. And there are a lot of people that are like that. Those people can quickly just destroy not only the in-game economy, but everyone's fun pretty easily. And if you're not able to grab gear or even do certain things, and even that is competitive, you're going to have a real bad day. I mean, that's just how it is. You know, until you can unlock certain ammo, you're basically at the mercy of headshots at certain points of this game. And that's the thing. Once you get stuff unlocked, you're having a great time. But when you're in that low tier and then you're running into guys that are already level 40 that have stuff unlocked, you're having a bad time because they're just going to stomp all over you. That's one issue with me. There needs to be that mid-high tier where it is purchasable by money, but also have the trade option to where you can pick certain things up. Like the M1A trade for the USBAs is the coolest thing I've seen them add in a while. That was the most useless item in the game, but they were everywhere, and now they're worth something. But overall, I think this patch needs a bit of tweaking. Hideout needs some tweaking to make it a bit more usable. The lower tier is always a big grind, and for the people that have done the quest a million times, we really don't need to do them. I mean, I get we're testing. Let us test the new stuff, but only if we really want to. Some people just want to play the game, explore the new maps and stuff. The reserve map's awesome. I love it. I love the boss and the raiders that can spawn. It's a blast. I really love it. It kind of sucks that it's terribly optimized for me, but hey, it is what it is. Not much you can really do with it at that point, but I'm really enjoying it. I like this patch. Like I said, I took a nice long break to make sure, the last patch I stopped playing for maybe 4 or 5 months to kind of make sure I would come into Tarkov feeling fresh and not just all Tarkoved out. And so far, I've been enjoying it. I've been having a lot of fun. We've been having good days and bad days, but at the same time, also, we are working on a video because I have figured out from editing a few videos that the sound on Reserve is completely broken when it comes to player footsteps, and I have tons of evidence for it, making a nice little video that we're going to show off because there are some blatant problems with it that I think, might explain a lot of people dying and stuff like that. So keep an eye on that, but overall, I'm liking the update now that I've gotten past that 1 through 15 threshold and starting to actually unlock stuff and get higher up levels to get access to better things. But I think right now it made it definitely harder for casual and the weekly players to get into the game and enjoy it. But hopefully they kind of tweak it a bit and work out, hey, maybe these quests need some tweaking because they're making everybody's lives miserable, or maybe this is making things miserable on Hideout. But overall, I'm liking it. Looking forward to some new weapons. I keep seeing the Scar teased and things like that. And definitely looking forward to finally hearing some stuff about Streets of Tarkov. But anyways, boys, let me know what you think of this update and questions and comments and concerns. And I'll talk to you later. Peace.